Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well and thank you so much for those of you who are going to watch this video. So I'm very excited, for those of you who celebrated Passover, I hope you had a wonderful time. In my family we celebrate both, so now Easter it's coming, and of course it's so interesting how life works. And for people in Europe, specifically in Bulgaria, their Easter it's in a few weeks from now. So but every single time when there are major holidays, and I always like to come and just give you a couple of tips on how you can take better pictures of yourself with your loved ones. And hi to whoever it's watching. So a lot of times, even people ask me, Vasi, what's the difference between a camera with a phone? Can we take a good picture with our phone? And the truth is that yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. Yes. A lot of times, it's all about the right position of your phone and the lighting and etc. But the question is on Easter, how you can manage it and take some really beautiful pictures to capture the memories. So the most important, as silly as it sounds, friends, make sure you wipe your camera. I know that people ask me, but really, Vasi? Yes, because every single time, friends, when you're touching your phone, you're practically leaving, from our fingers, the finger oil. And what happens, and thank you, Michelle, so nice to see you there. What happens is after a while, it gets like so much, and it applies from the front of the phone and from the back camera of the phone. Here is the deal, how you can clean it just simply with the microfiber, the one you're using to clean your glasses or sunglasses. That's how you can clean it. Maybe you can also use a cotton texture, you can just do it. Try to avoid to use paper towel because it can leave some, fine linen from the paper towel or, the napkins. I don't also use wet napkins to clean the camera. So tip number one is make sure you clean the camera. I've seen it multiple times on all of my teachings. Believe me, it really helps. So the next thing is going to be, that's completely up to you how you want to organize it. Some people, or at least in my family, what I personally like to do, I like to take the pictures first until every one of us still look their best. Makeup is still in place. We don't have any food spots because you never know, you may spill your drink. And if you have a little ones, again, doesn't matter, furry kids or, four legs kids, still we can get messy. So trying to take pictures in the beginning always would help everyone eventually to relax, and that's again completely up to you what you'd like to do. But the way I approach it, my family, they know, let's get job done and then we can have fun. So now we clean the camera of your phone. Then you probably decide to either do it in the beginning, or maybe give a little time to your loved ones to get settled, and then you do the pictures. Sometimes if they're family members who are with a little the clothing, it's not the way you like it, or maybe they got some spots. As funny as it sounds, what you can do if you have like a child with a pattern and etc., you can just turn the shirt upside down so you can practically partially cover. Or you can get, if you have let's say some crazy prints in front, you can just turn the shirt so everything is from the back, and just for the picture at least it looks great. I'm so glad you like the tips. It's so nice to see you there. So I hope this is really helpful. Hi Birgit, hello sweetie, I miss you, my dear friend. And so okay, so we know. So next is going to be who is going to be in the picture and where we are going to position the pictures. Typically use the biggest window in the space you are, but be aware to also for your background. So for example, I picked this background, there are my pictures, miss you too, my friend. So I picked this as a background, but if you're at home and you have the window, like in my living room, when we have the window, the truth is that our background is practically their wall. So do you like to have this in the picture? Maybe make sure to kind of remove a couple of things, sometimes cups or maybe cables or maybe like blankets and etc. So think about those little things. Like yesterday I was photographing very interesting project. They were filming and I was taken behind the scene and they're supposed to take pictures of a guy playing, and I'm like, but yes, great, but do you see that the signs are in the back, be safe and etc. And I'm like, in Photoshop it's a movement. For those of you who I teach you, I teach you how to remove things in phone apps. But if you're doing a video, can you remove like stupid signs? No. So, and maybe that's how you like it. I don't know. But my vision is just to be aware of what you have. And you may say, Vasi, I don't have time. I just want to have fun of it. And that's lovely, you know. So once you have the place, or just decide where you're going, just use the window. Try to don't block the light when you're holding the phone. So this is the deal. So right now, my main light here, you know, those are some of the lights I'm using. You may say, Vasi, we don't have your fancy lights. I know that, friends. If you need help, contact me. You know, I have a whole guide with what I recommend. But so the idea is that the sun, if it's coming from this side, and if you're staying this way, guess what? Your body will produce a shadow, and half of your family members are going to be dark. So what would be the solution? It's very easy and simple. You just take your phone and you just hold it this way. So this way you have, and maybe you can even go a little lower and hold it. So this way you are going to avoid having, you know, your own shadows. And again, everyone lives in a different, you know, your home is positioned differently. Like in my living room, it's very dark most of the time. But keep this in mind. To me, the smartest way, and you still have time, and I'm going to post one of them after, you know, under this video, it's actually using a tripod. Why I love to use tripod, or the same, you can prep it like very often. Actually, I will show you. Thank you to, you know, to my very dear friend Joy. She, you know, she bought this for me a few years ago. And sometimes what I do, and those of you who I photographed in person, you know, I actually will have my phone here to stand, you know, so you can use that. So if I'm using it here, I probably will put this way, and of course safety comes first. I'm going to have my phone, of course it will be eye level, and this is how I also would try to take some pictures. So you don't need to have this one, but if you have it, what it's really nice is that some of those tripods, they actually come with a remote control, which is Bluetooth operated. So it doesn't matter what type of phone you have, friends. Do you have an Android? Do you have an iPhone? You're still going to be able to use it, or just simply have your phone on timer, you know. So every phone, again, it's different. iPhone specifically have 3 and 10 seconds. I'm assuming the Android as well. I typically would actually take the 10 seconds and I will probably do on average about 3 pictures, because it's always, believe me, you tell, look at the camera, and somebody of the family members will be looking somewhere, and I'm like, yeah. So, you know, it's better to go safe than feel sorry. Of course, in Photoshop, I can change the eyes, but in with apps, it takes a little longer to do so. And why should we, right? And those are the few tips. I will hope that they're really going to help you to, you know, just to create those memories, because, you know, this is the reason I became photographer in the first place. This is the reason I created Pet Pics Academy. This is the reason why I have this podcast, Pet Pics Academy. It's because at the end of the day, life is so beautiful, and it's so amazing, all the things we go through. And the time, yeah, we think just pressing the button, but this is the last thing we do. The most important, so nice to see you, Tracy. What we do is that we create memories. And I cannot tell you how many times people contact me years after I photographed them, years after I coached them, they went through my training saying, thank you, Vasi, for encouraging us just to press the button. And please, the last thing before I leave you, it's a lot of people we know with the current situation, of course, safety comes first. Some people feel a little self-conscious about, you know, about the weight they gain, you know, during COVID. That's actually, they call it COVID-15 for a reason. And so the truth is, friends, again, it's all about posing. So we as, like, we never almost want to be straight on. You know, when we are straight on, we look a little bigger. There it's lens distortion, a lot of things. I'm not going to go into details. But so look at between this person and look at between this person, you know. So I kind of look a little bigger, especially like, you know, make sure you kind of can tie it to show a little more, you know, your body. I mean, all of us, we are different. But I'm like, look at this. Now it looks so much better versus this. You know, and you can see it's just a simple tweak, you know. So if there is one thing you can remember other than cleaning your camera, going to the biggest window, is just make sure if there is a way to don't stay straight on to the camera. And I hope this was very helpful for you. Again, I really wish you a wonderful and amazing Easter and, happy holidays. And for those of my friends who live now all around the world, because I had people I interviewed from Australia, from Canada, from Turkey, and so much more, UK. Next week is going to be a week with a lot of interviews for the podcast too. It's all about enjoying and having fun. And just create these memories. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. Don't find, there always will be reasons, and I always like to joke with this, always will be reason why you should not be in the pictures. So many people are like, but Vasi, you're the photographer. Yes, I'm the photographer, but even I had to mentally go through this changing of mindset many years ago, and 2019 when I started teaching and starting doing those videos, and I had to say, do you know what? It's okay. None of us is perfect. Maybe I have a couple of extra wrinkles. Maybe my hair is messy, but who cares? My daughter would see that mommy was with her, next to her, hugging her, even if I slept 2 hours. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you again for all of your support, help. If you find this video helpful, please share it with your friends and DM me for any questions if you like to learn more. Again, I'm here for you, and I really mean it for those of you who know me. Okay, see you soon, friends. Bye-bye, bye-bye.